It.
Hello, everybody. This is the Erock and Tony show coming at you not live but pre-recorded. That's how podcasts work. I have my brother here, Erock. Say hello to the lovely people.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's
Alrighty.
been a while.
Yeah, it's been about a month and a half, and good thing we said every month or so.
Really? It's only been that long? It seems like it's
been about a month and a half.
No,
for the 10 of you that listen, thank you so much for listening.
Is it really just 10?
I can literally check it
look it
now
up
on my channel.
While you're looking that up, there was one movie that actually tickled my fancy because in general I just don't watch movies enough like you do. It was that
I say that's blasphemy. I know. Get mad at him in the comments, people. He needs to watch more movies.
I don't like watching movies. Like I don't know. Maybe.
Yet you're on this podcast.
I know,
but
exactly.
We did designate this is truly a podcast. Not so much if it's happens to be movie related. We explained in our first podcast. For those of you who have yet to check that out, it's up on my channel right now. But this podcast is basically designated to whatever comes to our minds. If it's movies that we talk about for about 40 minutes to an hour, then so be it. But if it's anything about life and all the good and random shit that happens in it, then we're going to talk about that. So right now we're starting off on some movie stuff. So anyways, looking it up here. Shit, where is it? Yeah, all 8 of you. I was wrong.
Oh, we over...
But we got a like, so that's fucking awesome right there. Hey,
so that counts as 2, so technically there's 10. But,
either way, that's fucking fantastic to me. That's good for an hour podcast on technically my channel is relatively unknown, but yeah, to me, hey, 1 like and a handful of views, I'm good with that. It could have been like 1 view and like nothing else.
And like a comment that said faggot or something.
No, trolls are hilarious.
no disrespect to the gay community.
Yeah, we lost probably everybody.
Yeah, we lost everybody. We lost those 8 views. But
yeah. So, what was the movie that tickled your fancy?
The one about it's called Ouija, isn't it?
Like Waluigi?
Not that kind of Ouija. Like a Ouija board.
It's me, a Ouija board.
Oh God, that would be a shirt. Like just like a Ouija board, like in like dressed as like Mario. Oh no,
Wario or Waluigi, technically, whatever the fuck.
It's like, look, it's wild.
Woo, we've gotten into video games, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think we got there the last podcast. All right, video game reference. Woo.
But yeah, so I saw that, and the funny thing was, well, no, you said this to me earlier before the podcast, but I just want to make sure it was correct. Like, what happened at work?
I'm not going to say where I work, but let's just say where I got a new job. I'm currently working a retail store. And the fun notion came up of I had to restock in some of the toy area, and lo and behold, I had to restock a Ouija board game from, if I'm not mistaken, Milton Bradley. The fuckers that brought us Monopoly also wanted to dive into the occult and supernatural by making us a Ouija board game. I didn't know.
You didn't tell me you had to actually restock them. I thought you just said you saw them.
I saw it and I picked it up and I was just like, holy fuck! I mean, if you've seen any horror film in the recent memory, especially in the Paranormal Activity films, for those of you who have yet to see those, well, spoiler. But yeah, there's some creepy shit.
That one listener we have left is like, damn it! He's like about to watch it. Has a bowl of popcorn, like the best surround and like TV.
I'm about to watch that Paranormal Activity movie.
And he's like listening to us, and he's creepy, and it's like, fuck!
There's a Ouija board. Damn it! I'm out.
It's like he ruined the movie.
But like that was arguably one of the best scenes in the first film. That freaked me out. I remember when we both went. It was during all that hype, all that insanity, way back in 2009. I had to struggle just to get you in because technically you weren't of age. And you weren't 17. I think you were 16 at the time.
I'm not gonna lie, it was trying to get like as bad as back then when I was like not 18. It was my brother had to smuggle me into the rated R movies, and it was just as hard. Now I know how people trying to get over the border feel. It's like it's probably
we just lost that one immigrant fucking listener. Oh my god. Yeah, now we've already gone. We've gone. Yeah. It's over. It's over.
No.
Good night, everybody.
No, it was just as hard because it would be like you can.
No, I remember the worst thing was, and it wasn't even that movie, which was hilarious because there was so much hype, but the fact that it was an R rating, and we saw a bunch of fucking kids there. I remember there was
so
fucking
stupid.
like 10-year-olds.
I think there was a baby at one of them.
Yeah, probably. There was several screenings going on at the same time because it was at that huge peak of height of insanity. This was insanity, and I have not seen a movie like that since, where it was such a small movie. This is, I guess, in a way, almost like one of the rare times for an truly independent movie, because I don't know if you remember when the director said he made it in his own fucking house, this movie. And he made it for like $40,000 or something.
No, that's not the first. Like Friday the 13th, Elm
But
Street.
no, those movies were made for at least like $1 million or $2 million.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought they were
like the
made
first
like
time I Elm Street. No, they were more than that
because they made a documentary about it, and they were saying like, yeah, we only put in so much money. Rest of it was just
right. But they also had a tiny bit of help from the studio. This was truly independent. This was made technically in 2007. And the director, Oren Peli, who's of course one of the biggest names in horror genres right now.
Really?
As a producer, not
as
directing.
Big as like,
yeah, this is that. Basically, if it weren't for Paranormal Activity, this guy wouldn't have a career.
I think he still would. He's obviously like, how did he get
well,
there?
He didn't direct anymore. I'll tell you that. He directed the first one. That was it. He just said, "Fuck it, you guys do
we're
all
going
the
on the top.
I'm just gonna be the producer, and that's about it. Bring back the people that I cast from the beginning, and I don't give a shit." You know, that's and he's not as good as James Wan, the guy who made the Saw movies. Now that fucker made some terrifying shit.
Asians know how to make movies.
Well,
horror
he's technically
movies,
Australian, I think. Too.
Oh, is he?
He's Asian, but he was from Australia.
I can see that.
So
Japan's
he's
up there.
Asian, Australian. I don't know how that works. Yeah, we just alienated everybody. We're just like talking.
It's not like we're saying, oh, people are bad of this certain culture.
How about that Kim Jong Un?
Actually, it was news about him that they hadn't seen him since September.
Yeah, SNL made a joke. I know you didn't
really?
see it, but it was hilarious.
Was there a joke about like Groundhog Day? And
yes, there was actually a joke like that.
It's like, did he cast his shadow?
The fat guy on SNL, the only fat guy left, aside from Kenan Thompson, but the white fat guy.
The guy I saw on the internet.
He played Kim Jong Un, and he was fucking hysterical, trying to prove that he was just this all-around badass. But they just made up a bunch of fucking random ailments where he's just like. The one scene that killed me and just made me
It's like what
laugh.
happened to Castro, remember?
Yeah,
like
exactly. It's a similar situation, and then he like has all of his guards and whatever, and he says, like, you know, he tries to go down the stairs and just tries to prove he's a badass and saying, "I don't care if people have not seen me. I am better. I am stronger than anyone. I'm gonna just show you all right now." And then he would try to step down the stairs, and he says, "My legs are not broken like everyone thinks. Nothing."
Oh, is that the subject? Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, I don't know, just a bunch of random ailments, and then one of the ailments they just randomly made up for the sketch. He would just step on the stairs, and he would just be like, stand forward, and then like, you know, it's like if he had nothing. It was just hilarious. You probably should see it, but yeah, that's a really random subject. We went from Paranormal Activity to Kim Jong Un, but anyways,
we hadn't seen the guy in a while.
I know.
We're like, man, we're missing some. Like America was like, we're missing somebody.
We're missing somebody to make fun of right now.
No, it's not so much.
And hate, all around hate. That's basically
I don't think we really hate them, but
a lot of people hate Kim Jong Il, and that was his dad. And then we definitely, look what fucking Team America World Police did to that guy.
Yeah, they would never do that again. It's too expensive.
Oh no, that's what they were doing with that movie, The Interview with Seth Rogen. I know you don't know shit when it comes to movies, but
yeah, I don't.
That's why that movie was kind of pushed back. But at the same time, it got publicity now. So,
oh really?
So it got pushed back to Christmas. So Kim Jong Un threatened America if they released the movie because they make fun of him in that movie.
Who doesn't?
I know. So yeah, SNL everybody would have been dead by now if he would have saw that. Yeah, but since he's missing. Woo, they got away with it. Yeah, but anyways,
where's Kim Jong Un? And just have a picture of him and Waldo, like looking like Waldo.
But anyways, to finish up my Paranormal Activity point, James Wan has made arguably the best horror films in the recent decade. I mean, since the first Saw hit, everyone's kept an eye out for this guy, and sadly, he too did the same thing. He dropped out of the director's chair, and he just sat back. But at least I give him this. He wrote the next two Saw movies after the first one. Him and the guy who played Adam in the first movie, both him stayed on as producers. They stayed on as writers. But then once the fourth film hit, it just shit hit the fan and went all over the place. But this other guy, he just produces. He just sits back and just lets other fuckers make just cheap ass horror films that are just full of jump scares and they're not psychologically driven. So
didn't they say that about Annabelle that came out this?
Yeah, it's shit. I've heard so many terrible things. I've heard that it was just fucking terrible, and I got something in my eye. It burns.
But nah, like when movies come up like that, I still go watch them if I can. If it really interests me.
I heard there's like one good scary scene in there because, of course, that deals with like they explained in the, again, spoilers, and they explained in The Conjuring about Annabelle in the very beginning of the film, and it's inspired by true events and whatever.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And basically, it is the doll was just like a beacon for demons to just take a hold of it, so they can just kind of be around and whatever. Basically, if you think about it, a demon fucking hides behind a doll. That's pretty much it.
Well, no, the actual doll that was put in the museum is just a regular Raggedy Ann doll.
No, that would have been hilarious. Can you imagine that fucking poster?
That
would have been hilarious. I would have laughed my ass off.
Raggedy Ann.
Just like Annabelle.
I think they who makes Raggedy Ann dolls? I don't
know. I don't know what.
Or is it just
company?
Open?
It can't be good for publicity for them.
Yeah, I know. I think that's why they didn't put a Raggedy Ann doll, because nobody would buy their kid one.
Yeah, if anybody even remembers who Raggedy Ann and Raggedy Andy are, you're officially not 5. But yeah, all those horror movies and Paranormal Activity in the height of its peak, just finally trying to finish my point. Like the Ouija boards and stuff, that's us. We're two fucking traditional Mexican people that have had grandparents that have told us, like don't mess with that shit. Don't fuck with that shit.
The old folklore.
The old folklore stuff. For those of you who even know of this, like there's just folklore stuff such as various creatures and random spirits. Like any culture has that. The chupacabra, yeah. And then there's the La Llorona. That's just a wailing banshee ghost. I don't know.
Every time anybody says banshee or like wailing and banshee, I think it's wailing. I always wanted them to say wailing banjos for some reason. This thing I have, I'm like, just so I can
get a wailing banjo.
It's like, woo! Ah! It's just scare them away. It's like, yeah.
So there's just so much folklore, and if you all, by some chance, any one of you listening is Mexican, you know what we're talking about. Whether you're from Mexico, whether you're from Texas, or wherever the fuck you're from. If you're Mexican, odds are you probably know various folklore tales, and it's always just creepy, and you just don't want to fuck with that shit. Even though, whether it be real, whether it's superstition, either way, you're taught not to fuck with that shit, and we're people that don't want to fuck with that shit. And I was terrified just to touch the Ouija board box. That's how terrified I am. I'm just like, I'm done. I can't restock this whole fucking shelf anymore. I am done. And the scariest and also hilarious part, when I came back the next day to work, all the Ouija boards were sold out in the section that I stocked.
Really?
Yeah. So a lot of fucking
teenage
bitches are out there going to be like, oh my god, we got a Ouija board. It's talking to us.
So it was just like...
It's just like anything else. It just says Ouija on the box. It's got the little thingy that people touch and they move around, supposedly. And it's got the basic board.
So it's not a board game?
No. That shit's... That's scary for me, man. That's fucking...
I don't think...
Milton Bradley, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know. That's pretty stupid.
Milton Bradley likes the occult and supernatural, apparently. Most people, of course, don't believe in that, but, of course...
They'll still do it just to get a kick out.
People will do that too. It's Halloween time, so everybody's going to want to scare the shit out of other people.
It doesn't become a trend, I swear to God.
No, it can't be more stupid than everybody putting fucking ice on there.
You think about it, if you said they sold out the next day...
I think it was the next day, or maybe it could have been 2 days. Either way, there was no more left.
Out.
Yeah, I stocked like 2. I think there wasn't that many because they're probably just trying to get rid of Halloween stuff right now.
Well,
So everybody's buying up everything
like,
right now.
how do you bring? It's like I. I was
It's
about
just
to.
people who obviously don't believe in that shit, and that's fine. Odds are maybe it's not real when it comes to fucking with that shit. But I ain't fucking it. I am never participating.
You're not
in
fucking
that
the
shit.
board.
No, I'm not gonna fuck it. No, that board's too hard for me.
It's like
I ain't touching that shit.
Doesn't it have the alphabet on it? Or like
Yeah, it's
alphabet and then
technically
numbers?
yeah. It's just a fucking.
Melton Bradley learning your children to count in their ABCs through
The Ouija board.
yeah,
Just like,
exactly.
how do I spell ants? A M. You got it wrong, Ghost.
Oh, sorry.
Uh,
And
I get that shit mixed up. I'm dyslexic. Go fuck yourself.
yeah, it's like what do you know?
Dyslexic.
If you
ghost.
can't parent your kids, maybe the underworld can. Or the
So, yeah, it's just fucking weird. I wouldn't dare touch that shit. I don't care if you're drunk. Oh, I don't care what you are. You're
Actually,
doing this at a party.
I would love to see that. Well, I don't know, guy. And he's like, he starts moving everywhere. Shit starts levitating.
Starts fucking floating and shit.
Yeah,
just like,
it's
guys, did I get it?
It's like,
Starts floating up in the air. Somebody just like, no. When it comes to that shit, I don't even bother with it. I believe in it to an extent, but I know
where's
there's
that one guy that doesn't even care that a fact that is it actual wood or is it plastic?
I don't know.
If it's actual wood, there's that one tree
I don't
hugger in front of Target saying, "Free the trees," and it's like, okay, he doesn't really care about the actual.
I don't think many tree huggers would give a shit about a Ouija board.
No, but if it's made out of wood.
There's a lot of things made of wood in any retail store, like the one I work at. So
the guy starts freeing like random pencils and free yourself pencils.
So yeah, like Halloween time is that time of year where a lot of people just love to just scare each other to death, whether it's going to haunted houses and SeaWorld, Six Flags places. They have
actually for being SeaWorld, they're advertising for their Howler Scream and Six Flags. They're actually pretty scary.
I've heard good things when it comes to if you really want to be scared. Then there's some infamous. Again,
the Asylum.
Yeah, here in San Antonio, Texas.
It didn't used to be an attraction, but now they're paying. I guess
now there's just various. Just even in San Antonio alone, there's infamous places and locations here in our city that are considered haunted. What place doesn't? Every state. That's oil in Spanish. For those of you who don't know, random lesson with Anthony or Tony. Yeah. So, anyways,
I was about to say it's like you blow your cover, nobody's safe. Oh, like Kermit the Frog.
They blow my cover. Get it out! No!
Yeah. Exactly.
So it's Halloween time, and everybody wants to get scared, and I like to get scared too, to an extent. But like I said earlier, with like James Wan movies, whether he produces them, writes them, directs them, whatever, those movies all terrify me to my core, with the exception of Saw movies, because those are definitely more thriller movies with a lot of gore in them. I don't really see them as horror movies.
Yeah.
But like The Conjuring, and I reviewed this.
Saw that one. It's like
you don't want to see it now. Not right in Halloween time. This is probably the worst time to see movies like that.
Another thing, like I didn't know this, but somebody posted on Facebook of mine on my Facebook that apparently during like October, I was about to say October, that they don't allow you to adopt black cats.
What the fuck?
I can see that. It's a legitimate reason because some fucking people are fucking stupid.
Then there's those crazy people out there that want to use that as a joke. They're like, I need a black cat for Halloween, So
no, that legitimate reason is because they don't want them to kill the cat because they're doing some stupid ritual, and that's why.
Yeah, there's all those drunken, crazy people out there. That's
just
like
crazy. You don't have to be drunk. They're fucking crazy.
Yeah, I know. There's just those weird, superstitious people out there. Yeah, they're very disturbed.
They won't legitimately let you adopt one during the month.
So there's going to be a shit ton of black cats come November, ladies and gentlemen. So go get your black cat.
Or if you have one, lock it up.
Yeah, that too. I think there is a black cat roaming around our neighborhood somewhere.
Really?
So
we ain't gonna see him anymore.
No, but
sorry, Mr. Boots. It's like, honey, where's Mr. Whiskers? Like, I have no clue. It's like, what do those kids want? Nothing. And then there's like a wad of cash. He sold the cat to some kids.
But yeah, like Halloween time, there's always just different attractions, whether it's actual quote unquote haunted houses, like legit places. They're not meant to be like people in costume. There's legitimate haunted areas in every state. Like I was just
I want to
stupidly
see a haunted toilet. Where's that place?
a haunted where it shits on you.
No, not like Dogman. Not like I just saw.
Dogman.
Dogma,
yeah, like the shit demon from Dogma.
yeah, not like that, but or no, I should have not said a haunted toilet. That would be kind of awkward.
Just like
take that toilet. But no, like a haunted, I don't know, restroom maybe.
I don't know, like here in San Antonio, I don't know if you remember the stories, but like one of the hotels is in
the one downtown.
Yeah, like it's
Civil War. No, not Civil War.
What's it called though? The I was gonna say the Bentley. the Bentley.
Anytime somebody says Bentley, I just imagine them sound like a Bentley.
And then let's see, it's not the Westin, it's not the Hyatt, it's not a Radisson, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's a fancier-ish hotel.
Oh my god, I can't remember the name.
I know, I'm fucking pissed right now. I'm
okay, we'll come back to that. No.
Let me Google it. no, fuck that shit
later. I have it on the tip of my tongue.
Well, anyways, this particular hotel here, I don't know if it's a chain. Is it a chain?
No, it's
it's more of just a historic landmark, but there have been so many.
I wouldn't say landmark, but it has been there for a while. It's not part of a chain.
Here in San Antonio, there is a River Center Mall. It's the infamous River Center.
Oh, there's other River Center malls.
Well, fuck. I mean, for all I know, there could be another River Center mall somewhere.
I guess.
Well, anyways, in San Antonio, for those of you who do not know, our river is one of our biggest attractions. I know that sounds a little stupid, but a lot of people like to ride on the river in these various.
I just imagine, like in National Lampoon's Vacation or whatever, where Chevy Chase just goes to Grand Canyon, just stares at it, is like, "Yep, back in the car." It's like that's imagine like if I'm not from San Antonio, I just look at it like, "Yep."
Anyways, yeah, I'm sure there is a lot of people that says it's just a fucking river, you know.
It is.
But anyways, it's one of the biggest attractions as to why a lot of people even come, let alone the Alamo and a slew of other places like that. But anyways, there is a hotel here that is infamously haunted in our downtown area where the Alamo is located. And even near the Alamo, even technically people have seen.
Thing.
Yeah, I know.
Thousands were killed there, but no Gardens there.
So supposedly there have been various sightings and whatever.
I think it was like a
just Civil War people, Mexican immigrants, maybe. There's a lot of other, just celebrity, not celebrity, but like just random figures that have popped up in hallways in this hotel. Even some of the more famous people that have stayed there have also cited some stuff. For those of you who know,
one of the presidents.
One of the presidents I think stayed there. I don't even know. It could have been Clinton, maybe. I don't know. I don't give a fuck.
A ghost of Clinton.
No, I said I'm saying one of the presidents stayed.
Oh,
there.
I thought you said. I was like, I'm pretty sure he's still
Bill Clinton. He's like, boo! I'm gonna haunt your sheets.
It's like Clinton, you're not dead. It's like.
Yes, I am. I'm going to haunt your panties in about 5 seconds. Yeah.
It's like, I know he's still kicking and horny. That's all I know. I've seen him.
Seriously, Hillary, what the fuck? Nothing. You give me nothing.
Yeah, it's like, but yeah, I'm like.
But so it's that scary, spooky time of the year, and everybody likes to get scared. I like to get scared to an extent. I can watch some horror films perfectly fine, like. Some people don't consider these horror movies, but like the Scream movies, those are some of my favorites. Those are more
suspense.
Yeah, those are definitely more suspense, but a lot of people iconically put the character of Ghostface.
Is that what he's called?
Yeah, he's called Ghostface.
Is that what?
For Christ's sake, you were literally him for Halloween.
Yeah, I know. I was some fat Ghostface, like big ball with a
if you saw a little fat Ghostface kid. But yeah. I mean, he's up there in terms of icons like Freddy and Jason.
Yeah, because they were
now the newer classic is the Billy puppet from the Saw movies and
Billy.
Jigsaw himself.
Is that what it's called? Billy?
Yeah, it's called Billy.
Oh,
but you know the sad part about that was he started off such an innocent little cute puppet, like he was like a very small hand puppet that he made. Like, and the backstory they explained in those movies, and I hate the fact. Another quick point: Saw is considered torture porn. Porn.
Porn.
God, torture porn.
I'm gonna go watch some porn.
I'm gonna watch some pan. Hey. Anyways, I hate the fact that people use that because it's so much more than that.
It can be.
The last 3 movies with the last 4 movies, yeah, they were a fucking mess. But they somewhat brought it together with the flashback scenes, and everybody, yes, I know, said they shouldn't have killed off Jigsaw. Yeah, everybody's absolutely right. They fucked themselves, and they were lucky to figure out very quickly they had to bring Jigsaw back through flashbacks, and that was fine because it gave a chance to go with a story, and I think that's so much more smarter than just something like the Nightmare on Elm Street or Friday the 13th movies. It was just some random fucking kids every time, with the exception of the first movie and the third movie, which brought back the main chick.
Not the second.
Yeah, she was a bit older in the third movie. Like the second one, they just said, "Fuck it, we're just gonna go with some random chicken dude in that."
It sounds like you're saying chicken.
Chicken dude.
It's chicken dude.
Okay, some random girl and guy that were boyfriend and girlfriend. You know the funny thing about that, again, not to alienate people, but that dude ended up coming out as gay shortly after. But the reason why everyone gave him shit, though, when that movie came out, and I saw the commentaries on it, or like these featurettes, like, again, it was hilarious when you saw that Nightmare on Elm Street 2, because they didn't intentionally know that he was gay, but he screamed like a woman in that movie, and the girl was the one to save him, because Freddy possessed him and made him become Freddy and all this other shit.
Yeah.
Spoilers, sorry.
That one guy.
But it's just so funny how that ended up happening, because even when I first saw it, I didn't even think about that. I just figured, well, the guy's got a girly scream. It happens. But then everyone was saying there's like these weird, subtle gay metaphors going on in there. The girl saving the guy, and the guy, you know.
I didn't even know that.
Anyways, it was a whole thing. But anyways, that's what I'm saying. It was so fucking random, every sequel that came with a lot of these older 80s movies, but Saw was the only one that truly did a decent enough job to connect not one, but 7 fucking movies, and I think people still shit on them too much. I don't think it deserves that. Yes, they really dipped in quality, but I still think that was fucking impressive. For 7 years straight, they connected them in some way. And I think that's very... if I would have reviewed them, I didn't get to review them this year, but I will be reviewing the Scream movies for those of you who are subscribed. But, yeah, maybe next year. But, yeah, like all just the Saw movies and then the Scream movies are great. I can watch those over and over without a problem. But when it comes to psychological stuff, like what James Wan has created outside of the Saw movies, I reviewed Dead Silence. It was tough just to review that because it just made me think about that crazy bitch.
Watching I remember I watched the behind the scenes of makeup that she was doing.
I said that
her sitting there is fucking eerie as shit.
Yeah, the makeup was a really good job, well done. I remember talking about that in my review.
I think those guys are actually known for making pretty good makeup. Like guys.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look at all the crazy shit they did for the Saw movies. Like, if anything,
the same people?
Yes.
Oh,
that's another movie James Wan did direct. That's why it was so
I know
creepy.
James
and
did that, but I didn't know he got the same people to do the makeup.
Yeah, like even the same guy who did the music for the Saw movies, he did the music for this movie.
Really?
So it was truly almost like a spin-off that should have happened, but sadly...
So it's like the chronicles of him. His work is just...
Like, even the guy from Saw 2, and he was technically in Part 3 and 4, but his main role was in the second movie, the cop. He was in the Dead Silence also. Donnie Wahlberg, I don't think you give a shit about his name, but he was the guy that...
Sounds Jewish. Wahlberg?
I guess. I don't know. There we go, another member lost.
I'm just saying. Sorry I called him out. I didn't know it was a secret.
But anyways, yeah, it was truly more of a spin-off. You know, it felt like a spin-off to me in terms of another genre of horror and stuff. And yeah, you're right. The woman, God bless her, she seemed like the sweetest lady.
Yeah, I know.
But with her just in makeup, but having an interview with that makeup on. In the light. Jesus. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't think I could give you a hug.
That's when
you seem like a very kind grandma, but damn, like no.
It's like we're gonna watch a movie I made 7 years ago, kids. It's like they don't want to be my grandma.
No, grandma, what happened?
If you can do makeup and still be scary in the light during the day,
you've done something right with a horror genre.
If I can,
And that movie, I said that in my review too. It just definitely it got so overlooked because it just was such a weird concept that a woman who made so many ventriloquist dummies and her life goal was to literally make the perfect doll, and that was the whole twist. But right off the bat, any critic or any person in general thinks,
I think they
fucking
had
dolls, really? That's the whole fucking movie?
I think freaking Goosebumps took that over, and I guess that's why they were
basically,
like, oh, it's another... Well, actually, no, that's what I thought when I first saw the cover for it. I was like,
oh, they are making an actual live-action Goosebumps movie. Jack Black is playing the author, and they actually did... Jack Black came on with the Slappy dummy. Like, they made him look a little bit creepier, and I was just like, whoa.
That's who it looked like. I was like, oh, it's going to be a Goosebumps movie.
It wouldn't surprise me if they modeled him. Yeah, he looked like the same face, with the exception of, like, he looked shinier, I guess. Slappy kind of looked more like a... almost looked like clay. The face looks like clay.
Like, the author, he's still alive.
Bottom line, if you're terrified of dolls, don't watch that movie.
Yeah, I know.
Because I'm still terrified and traumatized to this day. When me and you watched that on our tiny little portable DVD player, and we were fucking morons...
I'm not gonna lie, I miss portable DVD players.
I mean, we watched that on our fucking bed, sitting down, watching that, and we shat our pants almost. It was just so brutally terrifying for how old were we? It came out, I think, I didn't even look that up.
2007, I think.
Was it? Okay,
maybe.
Then I had that right. I guess I said that in my review right, but yeah. I don't know. It's right there on the screen. Yeah. Ooh, I got 3 likes on that, actually. Awesome.
But yeah, it's like 2000.
It was terrifying, and arguably one of the movies where I almost kind of wish it was on Blu-ray because I'm surprised it hasn't.
I hated the ending, though. I really did.
I liked the ending. I thought it was actually.
Like it.
Yeah. Again, we don't want to spoil that because I reviewed that. Check that out if you want to know more of my thoughts. But yeah, we're not going to spoil that for you here for sure. But yeah, if you are terrified of anything close to dolls, dummies, this movie will haunt your nightmares. And not just with the dummies themselves, but the very lady who plays the woman who created the dummies in the film. That's enough to make anyone have a fucking nightmare or anything. And if you don't have nightmares, you, sir or madam, are a braver person than I am. And not as big of a pussy.
And should be checked into a mental ward.
So, like, I guess... Oh, man, I'm trying to think of what else. I didn't want to just...
Oh, back to the Ouija thing. Sorry. Yeah. There was my thing on Facebook. It was funny. It was at your school they were doing this. Somebody was, like, posted... This chick I know was posted, like, oh, watching people play with a Ouija board in the hall. And I'm like... Oh, man. Whoa. Why?
No.
I'm surprised nobody came up to them. Because I know how the university is.
Yeah, a lot of people could find that offensive, especially religiously. I wouldn't be surprised
if they burned it or something.
Like, religiously, yeah, I know that's a touchy subject, and a lot of people like us, we don't
or maybe they
fuck
just
with
do
that
whatever.
Shit. We don't fuck with that shit. Yeah, I guess, but still, like, again, some people think it's truly just a game, like Milton Bradley says it is.
Has a little kid with the board in his hand, like.
I didn't look at it. I was that terrified restocking that shit. I just put it on the fucking shelf and I walked away.
I wouldn't actually, if you think about it. It's not a bad move by them. They sold out. So
I think it's probably like $15-$20 a pop. So yeah, they're making the money.
Oh no, they
all across America, a bunch of fucking moron teens are buying these things to see if they can contact ghosts and shit.
Yeah,
so.
I know.
And then they'll throw it away once Halloween's over.
Yeah.
So yay, Milton Bradley, you guys, awesome.
Or they use it for like their kids.
And we're not sponsored. I wish we were. But
yeah, mental Bradley.
Mental Bradley.
Yeah,
Mental Bradley. I guess we could go from here. It's Halloween, horror films, talk a little bit about. Like, I guess, do you have a favorite tradition? I don't think we've ever talked about that really. Like, in terms of Halloween, does it even matter? Because as kids, we obviously did the trick-or-treating thing a lot.
I just went along with the flow, really.
Like, with me, I've been giving out candy. And I know I'm kind of this weird 20-some-year-old guy giving out candy. And I dress up. I do the little bit of costume every once in a while. I don't do nothing major, but I like it still, just with our family, we've given out candy, and I think it's fun. It's okay. See all the little kids enjoy their little faces. It's very gratifying just to see little kids happy, and except for those little assholes that don't say thank you. Those little kids fuck themselves. They didn't get taught manners, motherfuckers. Fucking parents.
Oh, man, I love the parents that come up with them. Oh, remember, I don't know what year it was, but remember that time you were asking me to help you because, or not because, but you told me to you asked me to help you.
You help me help you.
You told me to ask myself to help you to help me to help you.
Everybody.
But, okay, so this is how ghetto our neighborhood is it's the fact that this biker looking dude, and I don't know if you remember him, comes up with his, like, I thought it was like his nephew, or he was like an uncle to him or something. Not like a father, but he comes up like in his biker thing, and he's legitimately a biker drinking a beer with his son, and he's probably drunk already because it sounds like he's having too much of a good time.
I don't remember that.
Really?
I am shocked.
We were both there. It's like, oh, how's it going? It's like, hey, man, can you give us some candy? It's like, and he has the beer. I'm like, you're good.
That's your treat, ain't it?
It's like, I don't got any cold
swear
ones,
I don't.
man.
I don't even know when that was.
But yeah, it was just funny.
I probably wasn't even paying attention.
Oh, and some people on the internet that posted on Facebook also do this yearly. That for the parents, they buy those little mini, what they have on planes, on like the airplanes, the little bottles of liquor.
What?
They give out those, the little bottles.
That's illegal, isn't it? Because you just never know. I mean,
you're not selling it. You're giving it away. It's not.
Here, kid, have some tequila.
No, not to the kids, stupid. To the fucking parents. They're like, fuck. Coming back here and making 2 trips.
That guy's giving out free rum. Get it. Get it now, so you don't have to just feel the agony and pain of walking for miles for your little kids and their free fucking candy.
Actually, when does Halloween fall on?
It's actually on a Friday, which is kind which is kind of a bummer because
why is it fall?
Think about it. It's literally one day away from Saturday. Next year it'll be on a Saturday. But think about it. You could have twice the parties. It was on Friday, and then Saturday was Halloween. It's got to suck for a lot of people because I've heard Halloween parties are going to still happen after Halloween on that Saturday.
The weekend of it's like Christmas. So.
I don't know. That kind of sucks. It's not Halloween anymore.
It's going to suck when it starts being like Sunday and Monday. And then,
yeah, for little kids, hell yeah.
Yeah, so you're not going to see any. And
but yeah,
during the week,
this year and next year is going to be fucking spectacular for kids and adults of all ages. Yeah. Adults who are dressed in slutty costumes, ladies,
Halloween,
slutty pumpkins, like in How I Met Your
Mother. Oh, somebody also, again, I'm sorry, I just see so much stuff, and that's all I have to bring to the table is like a bunch of stuff I see on Reddit.
Erock, the internet meme guy.
No, not even memes. It's just stuff I see. Like, that's what I waste my time on when I'm not doing important shit like I'm supposed to.
He could be watching movies, but he does this.
No, because then I don't have anything to talk about. You do that part, I do mine. It's like I look up cat videos all day, and you look up movies. So it's like,
God, I hate you.
Not literally. I don't look up cat. It's like
I gotta love that little pussy just messing with the ball of yarn.
It's like it's a 3-hour loop.
Just like one of those.
But no. I saw on the internet that it's like.
So you're the one who gave that little cat with the fucking piano video going up to like 5 million views.
Oh no, I didn't. That cat's not good. But no, I saw
Grumpy Cat.
That no, that's not Grumpy Cat.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
I saw on Facebook that somebody posted this thing like you can make anything sexy, like sexy cockroach, sexy shit. Like it was literally a chick in like brown dress, like a
brown tight
dress
or
something. And with the shit like a shit.
It's basically like a giant Hershey kiss on her fucking
head. Yeah. And then it was sexy cocky sexy cockroach, sexy shit, sexy magnifying glass.
That is just ridiculous.
There was a couple other ones.
Where does the glass go of the fucking...
it was in the middle, and then it had the little like handle on the side.
You've got to be fucking...
These weren't real costumes. They were just like drawn.
The fact that somebody's drawing this shit is amazing.
Or digital art, whatever.
Either way, somebody that drew this.
So they made it, and I thought it was funny. I was like, "Oh, this is." You can make it.
I've heard of like a sexy Pikachu and a sexy Mini or something, but I've never heard of a sexy magnifying glass. We're headed into Rob Schneider territory here. Just like Rob Schneider is a carrot. Like that's what we're heading to now. That's what we're heading to with costumes. Okay. Absurd costumes. Yeah, that's a funny one.
What was
For
it?
those, no, just like just it's absurd in how costumes are getting. Those of you listening, feel free to list in the comments below. What's the most fucking over the top absurd costume
There's
you've
gonna be a
ever
lot
seen?
of Frozen this year. Oh god.
Oh my god! At the store, yeah, we
God.
sell a shit ton of Frozen everything,
Yeah.
whether it's $1 or $100. Some
That
parent
movie
or
is
child.
probably as
It's
good
just-
as like probably. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if
Wait,
it's
have you seen it? By the way,
No,
have you seen Frozen?
That's how I've never seen Frozen, but I know it because of the songs. That's the only reason why I know about
Let it go.
it. Yeah,
Let it
I
go.
know. I just want to like just
Turn away and slam the
because
door.
it's like, of course, there's parodies. Of course, there's little Vine clips.
Yeah, it's all over.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
Check out the Honest trailer, by the way, for those
But
of you who don't.
I've never seen
check
it, but
out
I
that,
know
but
all
it's
about
awesome.
it. That's all it needs to know is about the song.
It's like the movie Titanic. I've never seen that movie either, but I know every fucking thing about it. It's just one of those movies that's just spread so rapidly that you just
think it's
know all about it.
probably
You already
the
know what
best
happens.
Disney movie made.
You think it is?
I think it is.
And you've yet to see it.
Exactly. That's how good or
That
how much.
proves nothing
No,
right
no,
now. People,
not-
if
let
anybody
me-
bothers to comment, at this point, they're gonna just say you're a fucking
Let me-
moron.
Okay, I'm wrong about that.
Or people will just say, no, Frozen
the-
is the most overrated movie ever.
No. The best movie since probably
Everybody's saying since The Lion King. I don't know why. Since The Lion
because it's made
There have been
such
good
an
movies
impact.
after.
Because the music, and then the
King. Right.
If you see somebody in a dress look like Frozen, you're gonna know it's that. It's your
In that show that on ABC is also going to have Frozen characters on.
what show?
This random fairy tale show on ABC.
Yeah, it
Once
like,
Upon a
kinda
Time. There we go. Yeah.
Conjoins like fairy
Yeah.
tales all together.
The Queen Elsa character
Yeah.
and the sister character are going to be on the show this year.
So man,
So a lot of people are going to be jizzing their pants for Elsa.
There's like, it just made such an impact. I'm not saying it's probably the best, like
It's
but
up
it's
there.
the best.
It could be in the
impact.
top 10.
I
easy.
haven't seen an impact of a movie from Disney like that since shit.
Oh man, yeah, I can see maybe the Lion King actually. No, well,
Not even.
well, because think about it, Lion King merchandise is everywhere still, and it's fucking. That was made. Oh fuck me,
What was that?
that was 20
Because-
fucking years ago. Actually,
Because little girls used to dress up as Cinderella.
now they got 2 more princesses up and running. Now they got the Elsa character, and,
I
then they
think
got
they're
the
best
Anna. There we go.
ones.
That's
I
her
think
name.
it's the best movie because it's made such a big impact on it. I don't
Just
know
because
if
it's made an
good.
impact. You say it's the best movie.
Because a movie cannot be shit to make them, like, maybe in some rare cases, but
Then that would be the same thing if you said Michael Bay's Transformers movies. This is the best movie ever because it made such an impact in pop culture.
oh no.
See, that's what I'm saying. You better watch what you say. It's YouTube.
No,
so you know.
nobody's okay for the probably if the Halloween around there. Yes, people were dressing up and they were talking about Transformers, whatever. But people were
Everybody
singing,
was Optimus Prime and Bumblebee.
were singing it. They were dressing like it. You.
Yeah, you're right. It's more positive compared to Michael Bay's Transformers. But I'm just saying,
Yeah, Michael Bay.
the fact that you haven't seen it is kind of what's fucking you over right now. So that's
I don't
what's,
care if I haven't seen it. If everybody's talking about it, and
Okay,
it's
well,
been
coming
so
from someone
long,
who owns it, I own this damn movie. It's on my
I'm
shelf
not
right
gonna
now.
watch it because I already know that.
I'm still
already-
pissed that
I-
you haven't
I'm
not just
not
seen
gonna
it.
watch it because I already know what happens.
For Christ's sake, our 85-year-old aunt that we help out here at home has seen it, and you have not.
Well,
And
I'll ask
I
her
showed
what
it
she
to
thought
her.
about it.
It's
I'll
just,
get her part on it.
it's just like, yeah, I get it. Yeah, it's like the
That's
Titanic.
how much
I understand.
people talk about it. Is the fact
I know, and this movie came out in November of last year,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
it's not
and it
gone away.
hasn't gone out.
It has no.
The same thing with not the same thing with Transformers, but that's the
Oh
opposite.
no,
of
that movie's already dead. In the
Yeah,
water.
exactly.
That-
So
yeah,
we're
that
that's
fourth
what I mean.
movie.
It's not
in-
the same.
I didn't even see that movie.
It's not the
Fucking
same.
piece of shit. I guess I don't know. I can't say.
That's
'cause
why
I
I'm
haven't
saying
seen
it's probably the best one ever.
I think
because-
no, it's not the best movie of Disney because of course I have different tastes. I don't care for the princess
if
stuff.
it dies
But
off
to any little
anytime
girl-
soon,
To any little girl out there that watched this movie last year, or to any young adult woman, or even an adult.
fuck that.
In
It's
general.
no age range. I've
No,
If
but
you go
I'm
to,
saying
like,
that's what this
Comic-Con or
movie.
anything like
This
that.
is what that movie was aimed for the female audience,
well,
as
yeah.
well as the just the children audience, and then technically the guys were probably like the true secondary target.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah.
And then maybe some gay guys. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure they love it too just as much, but as much as the ladies. So we'll put them in there. But for straight guys like ourselves, this movie wasn't technically meant for us because this movie was pushed into the not comedy, what the fuck I'm saying, into the princess stuff. This was meant to be a princess Disney movie. But there are those rare exceptions where, let's just say a movie like Little Mermaid. That's all about the Little Mermaid falling in love and shit. For me, not a favorite because I found that just very stupid over time. It didn't age well. But a movie like Beauty and the Beast, that movie was impactful. It was a smart woman. I'm attracted to that, and I love the personality. And that was an impactful. And that was the only movie of Disney's that was, even if it was animated for Best Picture. So that was the true last huge impact that I think of when it comes to princesses.
I think it's the best.
No, I'm not saying it's the best movie, but the most impactful.
It's one of them, yes.
One of the most impactful movies. Beauty and the Beast was one of the biggest movies back in the 1990, I think, or 91, something like that. But I remember, even as a kid growing up, I liked the movie. I thought it was funny, and the dishes coming to life and shit. That was awesome. Yeah. And that was obviously, again, directed to little girls, but it reached out further. Frozen was intended the same way, but it reached out further. Which, you're right, I will agree, it's definitely something not to be missed. It's something that reached beyond what it was intended. That's just the simple point I was just trying to make. And I'm happy that it did, because I enjoyed the film enough to buy it, and I just really, it caught a lot of people off guard. And
it did. It just, you know how I found out about it? He's one of my...
I don't even know... I'm sorry, people. I probably got completely muddled. But I will say it's just not the best movie. But you're right. Again, if I said something stupid a second ago, you're right. It is the most impactful Disney film in a long time.
And that's what makes it the best.
Oh, God. I don't...
That's what makes it the best.
God. That's hard to say because I watch movies more than you, so I like more other movies.
If it has everybody talking and even singing at some point.
There we go. Damn it.
Exactly. See, and I get it. The other night we were at karaoke and they decided to sing that, and not even that. If it's getting into another business besides movies, and it's
okay. I'll give it this. It's probably going to end up being the best movie of the 2010s in terms of Disney.
I think it's going to be
for sure, though. For sure, it will be the best movie of the 2010s. Yeah. From 2010 till 2019, it probably will be the best movie.
I don't see anything else beating it out.
Yeah, exactly. But before that, Lion King has still got a fucking Broadway musical right now. It's still going. The Lion King, of course, is still a staple amongst the Disney Store stuff. And I'm not saying even The Lion King is the best movie, because to me, my best and favorite movie of all the Disney movies thus far in my short 25 years of being alive is The Emperor's New Groove. But that's because I love comedy. So that movie was arguably the funniest Disney movie I've ever seen. So it's opinion-based, but in a broad sense, you're right. It probably won't be beat for maybe a decade. At the earliest, a decade. But, yeah, there won't be anything... Oh, no. Frozen 2. They're planning on a sequel.
If they can top that, then...
I don't think anything in terms of music, I don't think they could.
Then, if
like, Let It Go was such a huge reason why that movie got popular.
You know how many versions of that song are there?
I know. There's so many different languages that were translated. Yeah.
The way I found out about it is somebody was listening at school during lunch, and somebody was listening to the Japanese version of all things, and I was like, "What the heck is that song? I keep on hearing it." And it says Frozen cover Japanese or whatever. I'm like, "What the heck is this movie?" And I find out what it is because of the internet and all that, and how word travels fast.
So I guess we can agree that. Well, then I guess in what the thing we haven't agreed on yet. What is the movie that was this impactful? The only thing I can argue is Lion King, because again, it's still as relevant as what it was 20 years ago. Damn, I'm old. When it came out in 1994, the music was quotable in a heartbeat. The and all that other shit. And
that guy makes a lot of money.
Yeah, that guy makes a lot of... He never had to work another day in his life. That whole choir. That whole fucking choir never had to do anything.
Like white guys, like what I have to say. It's gibberish. Okay.
All right. So yeah, that movie had the music. That movie had the intensity of a
The
good
last
movie,
time
and it's still like I
that
said.
you saw that was either The Lion King or Beauty and the Beast. Because
So, but which was the movie that impacted more? That's the harder part. Then before Frozen made this huge array
I think
of
they
impact.
had equally. You know what?
Because Beauty and the Beast, I think, had a Broadway show, but it's not going anymore.
So I would give Lion King because Lion King.
So
is
then,
still
yeah,
going.
that's what I guess I was right to begin with. Then, yeah, Lion King was the last movie that impacted on music, the movie itself, the just all around animation was fucking fantastic, and so much more.
But yeah, so Lion King was the last one. Afterwards, they just hadn't had a success like Frozen in a while.
And there were other movies. Again, I think there are other movies that are better for me personally. I love Wreck-It Ralph. Go fuck yourself.
No.
Really? Have you?
If you
wait, did you see it?
Yeah, I did see it.
Did you go with me to one of the screenings that I went to?
Yes,
I went to like twice or 3 times.
But no, I did see it. I remember.
Go fuck yourself.
I don't think it's. It might be funny. Yeah, it's funny, but it's not.
I think it was just
impact.
very genuine. It had a big enough impact within just its own. Like you see,
yeah, you're gonna have your fans, your diehard fans that like video games and like Pixar and all that shit.
This wasn't Pixar though. This is all Disney. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well,
Toy Story was a huge impact, but it's not Disney Studios. It's Pixar. That's why I'm trying to leave that out. So we were right. Lion King was the hugest impact in terms of music in the movie, the acting, the animation, everything. So, but in terms of newer Disney movies, like they didn't make nowhere near the
Frozen's
impact.
Probably the biggest.
But
that can even level.
But one thing could be argued is also Tangled. In a way, like some things, but anyways, there's just so many.
I'm gonna just say no because it's not because if you ask anybody on the street right now, I can grab something. We'll find something.
Just like who is Elsa? Oh, that's Frozen. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, yeah, I'm out. I lose this argument. But
any argument you have, it's like Eric, go wash the dishes. Frozen. Cut the grass. Frozen. It's like
so. I guess the biggest thing we agree on is Lion King was the last truly impactful movie, and it's been that was 20 years ago.
It took you that long?
It took 23 years for Disney to have such a huge impact, which is kind of funny. Like the Pixar movies took over for a while. That's what kept Disney afloat.
Yeah, Monsters Inc.
And Monsters, but again, while those definitely have their mainstay in pop culture, again, you're right. The impact is just beyond those movies. It's just swept the nation, the world, which is fucking insane if you think about it. Everybody knows Lion King worldwide. Everybody knows of Beauty and the Beast still, I guess. And a handful of other Disney, back then it was called the Disney Renaissance. In 1988 to the 90s, that was the Disney Renaissance. And then we go to today when Disney Animation said, okay, Pixar, we want to try a little bit again. And they started off with Tangled. I did not see that because, again, that didn't... So the previews for that movie were targeting little girls, and I thought, shit, I'm not going to probably like this movie.
Chick probably wasn't.
So I ended up liking it, and I have it on fucking Blu-ray now. And then, yes, I do. I got it for free off Disney Movie Reward shit. And then I have bought Wreck-It Ralph. I mean, remember, I was on the hunt for that movie for the longest time. And then, of course, now we have Frozen. So I guess we can all agree.
Like the Ultra Special Edition.
You know what's the dick move is that the 3D version was released everywhere but the US.
Stop buying 3D because that's already dead, by the way. It's all about 4K apparently now.
The only reason why I buy the 3D is because I just like the artwork better and shit.
Okay, I'm just letting you know.
And it's about the same price. It's probably like a $2 to $5 difference.
I've got the 3D. It's like 3D was like maybe had a shelf life of maybe 5 years.
3D really started to push around until about 2011. That's around when it
started.
Like 5 years. Yeah, so now everybody's just like, fuck this, I want 4K. Or those curved TVs.
That's 4K, isn't it?
Yeah, it's technically.
Yeah, so...
You know what I heard about those TVs also is that technically they're not even 4K.
I can see that.
Because they're downgraded the second you put it on a Blu-ray disc. So it doesn't matter.
So yeah, it makes sense. But,
if we ever had to pause this thing, by the way, like, you know how?
Yeah.
I'm going to take a quick break and we'll edit this thing together. You want to keep going? Got the conversation? How long are we in?
An hour.
Oh, that's not bad. Maybe we'll go for about another 30 minutes or so. We'll be right back. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the Erock and Tony show. We talked for almost an hour. And, we had to take a quick break because we really just wanted to find out a handful of other things to talk about today. We talked about Frozen, various horror films, and crazy Ouija board stuff, and lots of Frozen. For, like the movie, you know.
That's my answer to everything.
Frozen peas, frozen carrots.
That's my defense to anything. And Frozen.
What you can call it? What else did we talk about? Ouija boards and all that creepy shit at my store. I'm just recapping.
Oh.
Just all around Halloween traditions and scary shit that goes bump in the night and what creeps us out. So, on this next part of the podcast, we will talk about one thing that I wanted to do a video on, but sadly, when I was making the video where I was physically in front of the camera, my battery died. And I
hope you were physically in front of the camera.
Just like, I was
floating.
I was floating, and I was just kind of there. Anyways, one of the biggest things that came out this past week was the news that there was a director attached to the new Ghostbusters reboot. This has been very controversial because the very gentleman by the name of Paul Feig, who was the creator of Freaks and Geeks and the director of the two hit movies Bridesmaids and The Heat from last year, were all major successes because he only had women in the main cast. And he intends to do the very same with Ghostbusters, leading an all-female cast, no dudes. For whatever reason, the guy just wants it to be a total pussy fest and just wants to bring in the funny with nothing but lovely ladies that he hopes to cast. And the main cast that's floating around, and apparently that Bill Murray gave his consent and blessing to go forward with, because that's what everybody accepted, was Bill Murray saying, yeah, we came, we saw, we kicked its ass, and I like it, you know. And anyways,
Bill Murray can actually be called our original. I already fucked up the joke. He actually can be called an OG.
An OG. Yeah, we all know that Bill Murray has been a huge staple in pop culture recently because as he's aged,
he's like a fine wine.
Well, not physically, but
don't try to drink them.
Don't try to drink them.
I don't want any reports. A man tried to twist, apparently.
Somebody tried to twist Bill Murray and tried to drink him like fine wine. Anyways, the man is a treasured actor because not only is he funny, but he's proven through movies like Lost in Translation, a movie I have yet to see, but I heard is pretty decent, called Broken Flowers, and just random independent movies. And one of my personal favorite roles that he could ever do is when he's in any Wes Anderson movie. Such as earlier this year, he had a smaller role, but he was in there for that movie, The Grand Budapest Hotel. So he's reestablished himself as he's gotten older. He's not just the funny guy like he used to be in the 80s and 90s, but now he's an actor and he can do all this crap, you know, with a bit of a comedic twist. But anyways, the fact that he said, sure, guys, I think it's a good idea. Oh, yeah. You know, it's just like, everyone's just like, oh my god, finally we're for this Ghostbusters remake. Dan Aykroyd, as crazy as he's gotten, because he's talked about aliens and weird other shit, he's like really lost it lately. That's probably why he's not in very movies anymore, because everybody probably thinks he's a little bit of a weird guy now. Not to say that he wasn't weird in the Ghostbusters movies, but yeah, he had been trying to get this off since like 1991 or something. After 2 years,
that long?
Yeah, after because the second movie came out in '89, my birth year, yay! And that movie, of course, was mixed reviews, and it did okay money-wise, but a lot of people hated it back then. But over time, and including myself, I never hated the movie, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people did when it first came out. So now, after decades, literally decades, now we've come to this. A director wanting to direct nothing but women in the roles of these Ghostbusters. And back to the point that I was trying to make, Bill Murray said the blessing of a possible cast that he had in mind, and that was actually brought up by the director himself, Paul Feig, is he would like Melissa McCarthy, Emma Stone, Linda Cardellini, the chick who played Velma from the Scooby-Doo movies,
Really?
and Kristen Wiig. And of course, Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy were huge because they were in the movie Bridesmaids, and that was the biggest hit of 2011 in terms of comedies, I think.
Really?
Yeah, it made a shit ton of money because again, it was starring women and this and that, and they were dirty and all this other.
Right.
Yeah, it was okay. I like it enough. I wouldn't mind seeing it again because I haven't seen it since then. But I think it's become nothing more than a gimmick. That's where it's hurting this because this is fucking Ghostbusters. We grew up with this movie. I dressed up as a Ghostbuster like 2 years in a row. That's how much I love this movie. And the fact that they just are just kind of just trying to make a gimmick out of it, I know that they're trying not to do that, but it's coming off like that.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing.
I know, it's getting more publicity and whatever, but still, I already was thinking of my own cast. If I were the fucking producer of this movie and say, I want this, and this lady, if we're going to have to go by that rule of all females,
I wouldn't
Ghostbusters.
even do the movie. I think it's a bad idea.
That's what Ernie Hudson said, but apparently everybody hates Ernie Hudson now because he kind of made sexist comments. We all do. We all have made stupid mistakes. He probably just wanted to be in the movie too. That's probably why he's bringing his name out.
It's a bad idea. I guarantee you it's gonna be a bad movie.
No, you know what I'm worried about? I'm going to give it a chance. But you know what I'm worried about? No. I know. You don't give a shit. I know.
No, I would give a shit. I don't mind the Ghostbusters, but when you're trying to make a sequel to...
It's not. It's a reboot.
Oh, really?
They're redoing the entire thing.
God.
Which is what Ernie Hudson also said. Yeah, he's just like, if you're not going to even bring us on board, him, Dan Aykroyd, and of course Bill Murray said, "Yeah, fuck you guys. I'm not going to be involved."
Bill Murray's a hippie now, so
yeah, he's a party crasher now. That's
yeah,
what people call him now.
That's not. See, he
but Dan Aykroyd and Ernie Hudson technically aren't even involved anymore. They wanted to be when Harold Ramis, before he died, who played Egon in the movie, they were gonna be like the leaders and then passing the torch. But now that Paul Feig and his writer and his idea of all-female Ghostbusters, that ship sailed now. It finally just said, people said, fuck it, we're going to go by this guy now. Fuck Dan Aykroyd, fuck anybody else involved from the original movies. Ivan Reitman, the director of the first two movies, they all said fuck it at this point.
Ghostbusters in it, that's the only reason why it's...
A lot of people are making that argument, yeah. Everybody's saying, yeah, fuck this shit. And, you know, the biggest thing that worries me, though, I want to give it a chance no matter what.
Nobody's going to see it more than once. After the first time, they're just saying this.
It's not going to be a classic. You're right. It's not going to be a classic like the first one, because the first one is arguably one of the top 5 best movies from the 1980s alone. So it's going to be hard to beat. And I think they kind of shot themselves in the foot, because I think if anybody out there listening, or even you, I don't know if you remember the show Extreme Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I remember.
If they would have went that route, but since, of course, Egon, the man who played him, Harold Ramis, again, may he rest in peace, sadly he passed away earlier this year, it would still have been a nice thing to do, because in that show...
if they would base the movie off of that...
That's what I was hoping. The last 5 years that this whole thing has been brought up.
It would be a good idea.
Yeah, it would have been great.
It have to be called Ghostbuster. If you really want to dip into it, to a new franchise or to a new series,
that's another thing people brought up.
Extreme Ghostbusters.
That's another thing. Yeah, people were saying
Ghostbusters 3 or Ghostbusters Reboot, or because then it just sounds stupid.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be, a reboot.
That's what it should.
That's what it's officially going to be now.
No, it shouldn't have been. It's bad.
Yeah, I know. That's what I don't agree with that. Yeah, but I don't mind all ladies. I don't mind it.
I do, but I don't have anything against them. I give a shit less. The fact is, they can make a movie with all ghost hunting chicks, but it doesn't.
You should have called it Ghost Bitches.
Yeah,
I don't know.
At this point, it just doesn't need
ghostly ladies. I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah,
people were saying that I heard that would rather see that as a separate movie, because.
But that's of course what the company Sony doesn't want. They want to make money. Right now, Sony as a company bombed with Spider-Man. They're desperate trying to find a franchise, and Ghostbusters is arguably one of the biggest moneymakers of the last decade.
They're going to make one, and that's it. If they make
I hope
two,
so. If
they make
it's
two,
really shit, yeah.
God damn, I have no hope for humanity then.
No, when you should have had no hope for humanities when they made that movie. Well, when Disney made every fucking sequel to every movie they ever made.
Oh, pretty much, yeah. Well, most.
No, but like this is my thoughts though. They're gonna make it. It's happening. Whether we like it or not.
Well, then I'm not. I'm gonna be stuck in a freaking molehill for a while.
You're gonna be stuck in a molehill.
Yeah, I ain't coming out.
I'm gonna talk louder, by the way. I don't know if you can.
I think it's catching me.
Are you sure?
All right. There.
All right.
Okay.
Well, anyways, the bottom line for this thing though, Ernie Hudson is pissed because he also agrees with you. It shouldn't be all females.
Don't like it. I don't even like the.
But you're right. You're right though. The thing I do agree with you. Why the fuck is it not a continuation? I know there's an argument that people have brought up.
I don't even want that. I want Extreme Ghostbusters. That's what I want.
But that was technically a continuation. It was called a sequel series.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't know that. Well, then, sure, whatever.
Because they in that show, look, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who do not know, because it only ran for a year. It of course kept going because of reruns, but this show only ran for a year. But it was called Extreme Ghostbusters, as we already said. The main Ghostbuster that stayed for the entire show was the character of Egon Spangler, and Janine Melnitz, the secretary of the Ghostbusters, also returned with a new crop of Ghostbusters that were within Egon Spangler's college class. And from there, they went on with the basic formula of these new Ghostbusters getting past the torch, learning how to be Ghostbusters. And I love the characters. There was a Spanish guy named Eduardo.
Yeah.
There was a chick. That's what we want. Yeah. Diversity, I guess, more than anything.
Yeah.
There was a chick named Riley, something like that.
Yeah, Kylie.
And then there was a fucking paraplegic character, technically. Was he paraplegic?
Yeah.
Was that what he called?
It was in
No, not paraplegic, because that's the entire body. Just handicapped individual. His name was, fuck. I don't remember his name.
Fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, his name was fuck. No. But he was apparently, though, the most popular character because he was handicapped. He was in a wheelchair, and he was apparently the breakout character because people thought, holy shit, this is almost like, a borderline equivalent of like a handicapped superhero. Yeah. Because he has a fucking, he was the most spirited, he was an athletic character too.
Yeah.
Even though if he was basically screwed over by having to be in a wheelchair, he was an athletic character, he was very much a brash character, but he still got the job done as a Ghostbuster. And then, of course, you have the tech guy, which was the black guy voiced by Carlton. You remember that shit?
Really?
Carlton voiced the black guy that
Wow.
was the tech guy in the show. And that's a fucking great story. If they would have continued with that,
Carlton actually to play.
I know, right? Hey, I would. He's still good enough. He could be like one of the older-ish Ghostbusters because he's like 40. He could still do it. I mean,
no, just
like
have the originals pass the torch to the new ones.
But everybody, this was I was going to say earlier. The reason why I think they didn't go with that is because everyone said it's too much fucking pressure to continue on the legacy of Bill Murray, Harold Ramis, Ernie Hudson,
This
and
is
Dan
who you
Aykroyd.
get to play those young kids, and it's funny.
That's where I guess we'll go into next, because I had casting ideas for this all-female bullshit that they're trying to pull with it, I guess. Again, I'm not against it, but at the same time, you're right. I wish it would have been more diverse, and
I think it's a bad idea. That's all I can keep saying.
I'm 50-50. It could go either way to me. It could be either really fucking amazing if all the ladies they cast have good chemistry, then I won't mind. But if it bombs and it's like the ladies that they cast have no chemistry, then everyone's going to hate this movie even more.
After that movie comes out, there's going to be a porn parody. Guaranteed.
There's already a porn parody.
No, but
of all women. Oh, yeah,
I don't even have to make
sex.
it. Yeah. I don't even have to make it up. I already have it written down.
Okay, so in terms of casting, you were saying you thought who should be in the playing if they would have went that route of Extreme
Carlton
Ghostbusters.
should be the tech guy, because he voiced him.
Who would play the chick? A gothic chick. We would need someone who could pull off goth.
I want to say
because that's who she was. The Kylie character was a gothic girl.
Oh my god!
There's so many. I would say Well, Winona Ryder from Beetlejuice, she played the girl in that movie.
Maybe. Yeah.
But again, no, she's 40. Yeah, these were college students, so even technically Carlton wouldn't be good because he's already in his 40s. But still, I think he could pull up. He looks fairly young, kind of like Will Smith. They both could look kind of young. I mean,
Will Smith?
Oh, God. I'm here, guys. That's a terrible impression.
No.
Woo!
The chick, Max from Two Broke Girls that we got.
Yes. Kat Dennings. Oh, my God. That was actually one of my choices because Bill Murray was the one-liner guy.
Yeah.
She could pull off one-liners. She did it in the wrong movie. She shouldn't have been doing that in the Thor movies.
Oh, yeah.
But definitely. I think she would, whether they go with this all-female cast, which they say they are, I think regardless, she should be in the cast. I really do, because she, not so much that she's as good as Bill Murray in terms of being funny, but she has that one-liner, quick wit humor down enough to where I think she would be a good fit regardless of our fake casting or anything.
Season over?
It's going to start up again, I think, next week.
Oh, really? Oh.
And the other person I had in mind was Tina Fey. She could be great as like the Egon Spangler-ish character. And why not throw in Amy Poehler, the chick that's always with her from SNL? She would be kind of good as like the Dan Aykroyd character.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
For diversity, again, if we're going with this all-female cast shit, I either thought about the black chick from Bridesmaids, Maya Rudolph, the bride in the movie, or Selma Hayek. That's just me. That's just like, but I think she's actually pretty funny to me. But again, just throwing diversity in there. But if that was the female cast, but in terms of back to the Extreme Ghostbusters casting, you're right. I would have loved to see Kat Dennings pull off, whether or not she would be in it. She could pull off Gothic, yeah, or she could just be in this movie in general. I think.
Nah, I don't think. Like I said, I'm not even. If it comes out as Ghostbusters, I'm not even gonna call it that. I'm just gonna call it a piece of shit.
Just be called
piece of shit.
That chick flick Ghostbusters. Oh my god, that does sound terrible.
I won't even use that name.
And then who could play the handicapped guy? Because he was a very athletic guy, even though if he was bound to a wheelchair. But he was very cool and very just badass, and he was arguably the best character on the show out of the new kids. Who could pull that off, being handicapped and being athletic and just very much just being... he almost was too badass for his own good because it got him in trouble a lot in the show. But, like, who could play... Oh, Garrett! That was his name. That was the character's name.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, wait. Oh, yeah. It was Garrett. The black guy's name was Roland. The chick was Kylie. And the Spanish dude was Eduardo.
Okay.
And, yeah. Kat Dennings, yeah, you're right. Dead ringer. That would have been awesome. Sadly, we can't get Carlton because he's a bit too old to play a 20-something-year-old guy.
Yeah, I know.
In college. But then who could be a nerdy black guy to...
Donald Glover.
Yes. Yes. I could see him being the techie. Easy. Donald Glover needs to be in more fucking movies.
Yeah, I know.
He would be awesome. He would fit that. Okay. Now, again, back to the Garrett character.
God,
man, who could... Because he was also kind of muscly, also.
Yeah,
like, he was
so
kind
you
of
have to get, like,
someone who's physically fit, but at the same time can still pull off being in a wheelchair. This is fucking hard. This is like... I know there is such a thing as physically fit, handicapped people. I understand that. But an actor who obviously, sadly, there isn't many handicapped actors out there, but they could represent that community. But
Guy from Ted. The guy.
That guy was too old. I think I know who you're talking about. Old? Yes. Remember, these are all 21-year-old people.
I'm just looking at the faces.
Someone no older than 25, probably. Yeah, someone my age or younger, technically. Because they never said, I think, what year in college they were in.
Yeah,
they were just in college. Fuck, this is hard. Okay, well, we'll skip to that. We'll go back to it in a second. Okay, Eduardo, the Spanish guy, who's a funny, young-ish, Spanish, anything, Mexican, Puerto Rican. I think he was technically Puerto Rican, because it's New York, so a lot of Puerto Ricans in New York, I think. So... I would have said John Leguizamo, but he's definitely too old. He's like 45 or something.
Yeah, definitely.
He would have been perfect though. He had that attitude like John Leguizamo.
Oh yeah.
because he was also kind of he had a sense of like the Bill Murray character in a way, the Venkman character, because he would always say, "I'm a scientist, man." You know, he would always say that when he clearly wasn't. He was just some dude with learning how to be a Ghostbuster, and that was it. But oh fuck me, I got a mosquito bite. Damn it. Anyways, fuck yeah, those two casting choices are hard. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you've even gotten this far, feel free to comment below. If you even remember the show, if not, look it up, Extreme Ghostbusters. You'll know what we're talking about, and feel free to comment. And maybe you have an idea or not, but feel free to do so. But yeah, I am completely stumped for the Garrett and Eduardo characters. Because there's not a lot of Hispanic young guys or Latino guys out there. Shit, this is hard to do on the spot.
Yeah, we only got 2.
And if it were to have continued on like this, sadly, again, Harold Ramis is not here anymore. Yeah. Dan Aykroyd would have been fine. I think he could have pulled it off. The mentor character. No, I would have liked and Ernie Hudson would have been good to have in there too. He's alive and well. That's true. That fucker needs more movies too. I mean, he's such an underrated actor. I don't know. I heard one day that he just hates the fact that he gets shafted all the time from the posters, which sucks so bad. I feel so bad for him because he's like the everyman character. He's not a scientist, but he's there to do the job and kick some ass. And he doesn't get any recognition whatsoever. But yeah, and you know who I thought, since Rick Moranis sadly is not around, he's retired from acting. You know who would be awesome to play a character like him, that very nerdy, neurotic character? Charlie Day. The guy from It's Always Sunny and Horrible Bosses.
Oh yeah.
He is the only guy. That's one of the things I wrote down in my notes the other day to do this video, but I didn't. Charlie Day is the only one who can pull off nerdy, but also neurotic and very loud, but very quiet. He can do it. He has such a huge range that a lot of people don't appreciate him either.
Yeah, I can see him as that. How about the receptionist? I forgot her name.
She's still alive too, technically, and I don't know if she's acting anymore, but she would be much older too. Again, this is all if they would have went this route of like extreme. No, they're just like two random fucks on the internet that have like 2 views on a podcast.
Take notes because this is genius happening.
It would have been nice to have what's her name, Annie Potts. That's the name of the actress. She's still around. She looks good for her age. She's like late 50s, and she looks good. She's still got red hair, unless she colors it. I don't know, but
chick from Big Bang Theory, the Catholic girl, glasses.
Yes, you're right. She has the look down. Melissa Rauch. That's her name. Oh, you know what? Technically, she would be the great. She could be very loud and sarcastic. Yeah. But you know what also would have been kind of good to have in terms of, we're going to talk like back to the stupid female casting shit. Tina Fey I know. Tina Fey would be good. Yeah, but I think she's not sarcastic enough, though. No, I don't know if she could be sarcastic. Well, I'm sure she could act, but just her look and her tone, she would be more of like going back to the fucking all-female cast. She seems more fitting to be a Ghostbuster than a receptionist to me. And yeah, that's just sucky that they're going this route, because I'm 50-50 on the all-women cast, but in terms of the story, rebooting it, so that means we're going to see, does that mean we're going to see the first movie all over again, but with chicks? Pretty much. That's going to fucking blow. I mean, what the hell? We're going to have 3 women trying to make a ghost business again, and then we're going to have this random woman come in later, like Ernie Hudson did, saying they want a job and just to hunt ghosts. And then we gotta have fucking Marshmallow Man. Oh, and Slimer. How are you gonna fit him in? If this is not... they have gone out of their way to say this is not related to the first 2 movies.
Why do you call it it?
Yeah, I know. That's what everybody's arguing right now, too. Why call it Ghostbusters? Just call it something else. Jeez, man. So I don't even know if they're gonna have, like, Slimer. They're literally just... He's the most iconic green little ghost there ever was.
Really, besides Casper, but he's white.
Yeah, they're fucking white. And then the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Are we gonna have that again? Are we gonna do that? Nice. Or is it gonna be the Stay Fluffy Marshmallow Man?
No.
Rebrand it.
No. It's just gonna be huge tampon.
It's Mrs. Crampy Pants. I don't know. I don't. Yeah, that'd be terrifying.
Or a huge,
For Christ's sake, you know what? I just thought about this. This concept has been made fun of so much that, for those of you, again, who do not know the show, but it was back in 1994 when the show aired, The Critic. You remember that joke they made? Ghost Chasers, but it was Ghost Chasers 3, but it still had the likenesses of all the characters, of Bill Murray and shit.
I don't remember that episode.
Well, anyways, even back in 1994, they were making fun of the fact that they can't get a Ghostbusters 3 off the ground.
Yeah,
so, this fucking shit is just drug out to death. Like, it's just... No wonder they just said, fuck it, we're going to reboot it and make it completely different and not really be Ghostbusters whatsoever.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's a bad idea.
I'm terrified of the look of this thing. I'm terrified of... again, I don't care about it being all ladies. I just don't. You're right.
I don't like it. It's not because they're ladies. I just don't like the idea. It's a bad idea.
If it was more diverse, yeah, that's what I would prefer too.
Idea.
But the fact that they're just completely rebooting it is just such a fucking wrong way to go.
It is.
Dan Aykroyd has had probably like 20 scripts done since 1991. I mean, why not pick one of those scripts?
I think he wants to.
And then Ernie Hudson, poor bastard, he's just not getting a break anywhere. The fucker had to end up being in Dragon Ball Evolution. yeah, hasn't been good for him. He at least was in The Crow, because that was a good superhero movie at least. But yeah, this whole Ghostbusters thing has really kind of been pissing off original fans, and a lot of fans in general are just kind of like, well, I guess we're gonna wait and see. We don't know yet. And then some people are kind of like me, where they don't mind the all-female cast, but then it's Ghostbusters, not a reboot, and then call it's not going to relate to the original whatsoever. It's just like, even remakes like Halloween or fucking Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street, even those had some similarities and same names to the original movies. Granted, most of them were shit, but
George Lucas seen it.
I don't know what's going to happen. I'm terrified of the fact that they've come out and said it's not going to relate to the first two movies, which of that I do agree, bullshit. That they should have never done that, and it sucks that it's been decades in the making, and of course they already shot themselves in the foot.
Plus, also, the fans are already either like
the fans are already divided.
Yeah,
the fans have moved on, or the few fans that are left that still give a shit about this are divided.
Like that when it comes to just anything.
Let's just say half the fan base has already moved on.
Yeah.
Then half of that, which is literally, what is that? What's half of a half? Half of the half is divided now. So only one half of the half is for this all-female cast and reboot, and the other half is just like, I don't mind the all-female cast, but what the fuck? You're not even going to relate it to the original movies? What the shit? It's a mess. It's a nightmare. I would not want to be the director or anybody involved with this at all, because I think either way...
Sony is paying, the only thing I give whoever's making the decisions is that...
There's no doubt it could be funny and it could be okay, but I don't think it's going to be good.
If they're putting a huge amount of money that's worth it to you, go right ahead.
If they were to pick good, to me, and a few others, again, for this all-female cast, would be kind of cool. Again, Kat Dennings, to me, perfect. Tina Fey, Amy Poehler, Anna Faris. I think she could pull it off as a Ghostbuster. The chick from Scary Movie.
Oh, yeah.
She could be pretty funny. Or the chick from Scott Pilgrim. She's not so much that... She hasn't really done much, no.
Oh, that's who could be the gothic chick, too.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, but of course, yeah, they're not going that route.
Yeah. That shit.
So, yeah, this whole Ghostbusters thing has divided fans, the few fans that are left to give a shit about this. And it's just all around, a lot of people just don't give a fuck anymore. They stopped giving a shit back in the 90s. So
they get tired of waiting.
It's basically what happened with Sin City this year. It took them 9 fucking years to make the sequel, and look what happened. It bombed. Yeah, nobody gave a shit. It was good, though. I liked it.
It was okay.
I liked it okay. I'm going to buy that movie on Blu-ray. You have like maybe one last topic before we end it? Huh?
I thought that was it.
Was it?
I think so.
Alrighty. Well, Well, ladies and gentlemen, that should wrap it up for another possible double episode. We're not quite sure if we're going to be able to
split this up.
I don't know. We're going to figure it out once we're done and timing it out and seeing how it all works. But that should do it for another episode of the Erock and Tony Show. I hope you enjoyed it. If you stay tuned for the entire, 2 hours almost, probably? I don't know. We'll find out again when we upload it. But
yeah.
Thank you so much for tuning in, for all 5 of you that may end up tuning in and just listening to us babble about anything from horror films, Halloween traditions, and so much more, and up until right now, the Ghostbusters topic. So, thank you so much for listening, and E-Rock, you got anything else to say?
Yeah, I fucking Ghostbusters idea right now. And Frozen is the best movie ever.
Frozen! Frozen! Do you like hamburgers or hot dogs? Frozen. And so, as we figure out how to exit out here, yeah, Frozen's amazing. Apparently,
New Ghostbuster idea sucks balls. Don't go see it.
And we'll just, I guess, stay tuned for more videos on my channel. And if this is the only video you watch on my channel, then, well, you should watch other stuff. So, yeah. Again, feel free to comment below on any of the stuff we've commented on and talked about in this episode. So, again, thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that other good stuff in between. So, until next time, I'm Tony.
I'm Erock.
And we'll see you next time. We'll see you next time.